Heartwarming story out of Irmo as a stranger put her life at risk to try and save a couple dogs that were trapped inside a burning home.
Yeah, I mean, this act of bravery all happened while the couple was actually out of town. Our Cassidy Buyer met with the couple, and the stranger shares the friendship born from tragedy.
Oh, yeah. It's covered in soot. Don't break it.
As Irmo couple Larkin Newberry and Jesse Matthews sift through their soot-covered belongings, they can't help but notice a concrete mold of the family's three hands gripping each other tightly.
This is Cece, and I think that's me, and Jesse was on the outside.
Yeah.
The couple was devastated but relieved to find a treasured memento after flames engulfed their home last Friday. They had taken their 11-year-old daughter to a friend's house in Charleston and planned to return that night. While in Charleston, Newberry heard an alarm from her Ring doorbell app on her phone, which she usually ignores. The alarm notified her of a movement at their door. It was a neighbor coming to warn them.
I looked at it, and I don't really look at him. I said, no, this guy looks really panicked. Like, he keeps running back and forth. And so I answered it, which I didn't even really 100% know how to do. And he just said, there's smoke coming out of your house. I'm calling 911.
Minutes later, strangers Alisha Gran and her husband were driving by and saw the fire. Gran told him to stop the car, and she immediately jumped out.
When I got up to the gate, I noticed it was open and there was a man there, and he had managed to get the door open, and the lady that owns the house was on the ring, and he was saying something about the lady being on the ring and about pets being in the house.
Gran said she ran into the thick of the smoke a handful of times in an attempt to locate the two dogs and cat inside the home, but was unsuccessful at saving them in time.
It meant so much to us that they were trying, you know, because you feel so powerless being so far away and just watching all of this and hearing all of this unfold.
Feeling powerless yet grateful, Newberry wanted to thank the neighbors but didn't know who they were. So she took a chance and thanked them on Facebook, hoping they would see. Gran did, and as our cameras were rolling, they exchanged hugs for the first time.
Thank you so much. We'll keep in touch, okay? I absolutely will.
I feel a lot of sadness for them, and I want to help in any way I can, and I feel like I've made possibly a new friend, a more long-term friend, and I hope she feels the same. I would definitely love to get to know them better.
Newberry agreed, adding, no matter the state of the home, this was a perfect reminder that yes, good people exist.
Life does suck. We go through so much. You know, we have both experienced massive loss in our lives, you know, and I think people need reminders that there are people that will stop not having any idea and, you know, run into somebody's house on fire to try and save their pets, because there are good people. That's a natural instinct.
Cassidy Buyer, News 19 WLTX.
Wow. So amazing. And we reached out to the Irmo Fire District, but they told us they believe the fire started in the kitchen, in the stove area, but they're still investigating.
Yeah, well, the family tells us that they believe that their cat accidentally turned on the stove as it was jumping onto the fridge. I mean, but this story really just truly shows there are so many good people in our community.
So many good people willing to try and help the pets. Just God bless all of them as they clean up from that. And in the meantime,